Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, traders. This is your weekly recap looking at the Dow Jones and also the Australian market, which is the XAO, to have a look at where the market has been and where's it likely to go looking forward. This is week ending 10th of October. Now, wow, what a week we have had. We have had such a big week. We're looking at the Dow Jones weekly chart now, and we're looking at a candlestick chart now, and look how big this candlestick is. This means that it started here, screamed all the way down to here, came back up, and closed there for the week. Dow Jones had a huge week, and from memory, it's probably one of the biggest weeks going back. If I just scroll my chart up through here, you can see that just by looking at the chart, going right back to 98, and I can see from back to right through to 90s. That's into the 90s. So 2008 right back to the 90s. We have not had a week like we've had in the recent times. Now, really, what does that mean to our market? Does it mean that they're gonna close down the market? Does it mean that the Dow Jones is not going to exist anymore? Does it mean that it's going to keep falling? It doesn't mean that. Is this a capitulation sign? And one thing I should tell you for sure, that this is definitely capitulation. What we're seeing right now, capitulation is we've had such a slamming downside, and everyone is fearful out there at the moment. We have people stepping in front of trains. We have people shooting their family and friends over in the United States. So much stuff is going on, but if you learn a few key skills, you'll learn what to do with your money and also your financial future. So right now we have had such a big week. But let me show you something here. As we're looking at this chart and we're looking at the moving averages and stuff like that, you can see how really well my moving averages work looking at the stock. Now, remember last week how we spoke about the resistance of the moving averages, and many weeks going past. This is exactly what we've been talking about, how the market does respect these moving averages, and so should you have a look and respect them as well. So let's have a look here. I'm going to draw a line. One thing I found was interesting, if I draw a line from here to here, I'm just going to connect all the peaks here, and I'm going to connect basically everything up through there. So I'm drawing a line from the top, and as you can see, I picked up the peak here, picked up support, and then ran onto the upside. So one thing you can see, if I open up my weekly chart now, is look, see how it actually just bounced off there and came back up? That's actually a pretty significant sign. Now, does that mean it's going to be a good support? I don't know, and I'm not going to call it support until it is support. And that's the major thing in this market. If you're going to do short-term trades like we do in the trading room, and also long-term trades in the trading room, you must be prepared to have a good proven plan and system to taking reversal trades. Now, right now, you can have continuation trades, which is basically going with the flow, which is to the downside, or you can have reversal trades. Now, if you're trying to reverse this market right now, and you try to look for a pop to the upside, make sure that you have everything in place, and make sure you have a proven plan like we have in the trading room, and our success rate has been over 70% success in this last year, while the market has been tumbling down and absolutely getting slammed. So come down, check us out in the trading room. I guarantee you won't regret it. We just did a trade this week, absolutely phenomenal trade, and returned 60% overnight. Got in Thursday, got out Friday. Beautiful pattern. All the indicators and the volume going for us, and beautiful setup, and it was worked very well. And so I want to give a shout out to Sarah, who was a very first trade. Well done, Sarah. You did very well on that trade. So what we're looking at now is we're looking at and say, okay, where's it likely to go from here? Now, to me, I think that's likely to find a bit. I think it's found a bit of support where it is right now. Now, I'm not going to call it support because I called it support last week, and it just gets slammed down past these support levels. Now, what I mean by that is if we have a support level here, we also have a support level here, and also something through here. Notice how when the market came down, it didn't even stop through there. Did not even stop through there. If we look at a daily chart, we can see it actually came down, bounced off this line through here, and came up. Now, I say, if we can get a bit of an update through here, then I do say that this week looking forward, it might be just the week that's going to give us our first up week in quite some time now. So all I say is be very careful out there. Don't try and buy off support because you think it's support. Wait for confirmation. Wait for volume to come in. Wait for a candlestick pattern if you have to. Wait for indicators to show. Wait for a proven, consistent plan to reverse this market if you have to reverse this market. But if not, sit on your hands and wait for nice, consistent, really, really good trades. And that's exactly what we do in the trading room. We wait for very high probability trades and we jump on them. Now, they're not certain, but that's exactly what we do every day in the trading room. Now, looking at the daily chart right now, you can see it's had a nice bounce. If it does bounce, I reckon we might be able to get back up to, say, the 9,500 mark, even if we have a big strong week, maybe up to the 10,000 mark. But I'm not calling this support yet. It hasn't proven yet. Yes, it came down and actually bounced off there yet, but I don't have a support yet. Wait for confirmation, and then we'll go from there. So right now, if it does keep breaking down, we don't know where it's going to go, but this market's pretty way oversold, and I do believe we could get some bit of upside action in the next coming week. So be very careful of that. Okay, that's the Dow Jones. Let's quickly have a look at the XAO. XAO, some people are calling it Black Friday last week on the XAO. That was the 10th of Friday. Friday 10th of October. Some people are calling it Black Friday because we had probably the biggest day we've seen in a long time, where if ever in history. On Friday it was over 300-point down day on the Australian market. Now that's unheard of for the Australian market. But the funny thing is, look at this. Last week when I did my weekly video, I said this. I'm just going to squeeze my chart up now, and look, we're looking at a weekly chart now. Okay, looking at a weekly chart, you can see how big this week has just been. Slams to the downside, sells are taking it. This is capitulation, what we're going through right now, and so just be careful. Now look at this. We had a bit of support through here, bit of support through here, bit of support through here as well, and bit of support through here as well. Now notice one thing. Last week I called for this market to bounce off support. It didn't even do that. Didn't even respect those support levels, and got slammed to the downside. We had a major support through here, and it just kept getting slammed right down through it. It paused through there, but then it kept going down and down and down. Now, question: is this going to be a good support level? We don't know. We don't want to pick. We don't want to pick in bottoms. And if we're going to try and pick bottoms, we must have a proven successful plan to try to reverse the reverse it. Now, if you're a long-term trader, wait for the chart to tell you that it's ready to turn around. Because right now the XAO is completely to the downside, and it's no way telling you to turn around. And as the week progresses, wait for the confirmation. Wait for it to say, okay, this thing's likely to go up, and go from there. And you're trading individual stocks, and if you're trading indexes or futures or anything out there, when you're trading, wait for confirmation. And if the confirmation is not exactly what you're after, don't trade. You don't have to trade. And while this market is rough and tumble, and people are getting slammed all over the place, I remember watching on the I think it was CNBC on Friday night when I was trading the markets myself. This is the futures market, and on TV there was people in overseas out of Australia. That I think it was in London or somewhere out of Australia overseas, that there was a big riot on they wanted to get all their money out of the banks. So just be very careful. Don't think that this is the end. This is like a little blip in the market. You'll see in time to come that look at a decade forward, and this will be like just a little bear market, and then the market's going to continue back up again. So we don't know when it's going to continue back up, but this is just a little bearish market right now, or we can officially call it a bear market now, and we just see what happens from there. So be careful. Come out, check us out in the trading room. I guarantee you won't regret it. Make sure to look after your financial future. Get education, get a coach, get a mentor, because you will not regret it. And your success and your future lies in your hands of your education. Now, the stock market is that. It's a transformation of the ignorant to the educated. Please have a good week. Please enjoy yourself. Please look after yourself. And please do whatever it takes to protect yourself. Trade in the stock market is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee your profit from the information provided. The information in these videos is meant for educational purposes only. That being said, I've been trading the market profitably for many years. So please, do your own homework and make sure you look after your current financial situation.